This is NewsCenter 1.
It is always fire season in the Black Hills, especially when it's this dry and this windy. 2 fires igniting this afternoon. This one southeast of Custer off Hazel Rod Road, about 15 to 20 acres. Call coming in around 1 this afternoon. Local, state, and federal resources called in, including hand crews, engines, and a dozer.
We have crews spread out around the fire at this point in time. We have hand crews, engines, and dozers working around the fire to get a line established, and then it is also helping us, giving us the opportunity to perform a little burnout operation to make sure everything is good and secure.
Everyone asked to stay out of the area while the crews were doing their job. The other fire not far away, just east of Hermosa, the 2400 block of Brophy Road, roughly 800 round bales of hay burned in a span of about an acre of land. Pennington County Fire Administrator Jerome Harvey says crews were battling the wind and fire spotting and got it contained by about 3 o'clock. Cause of that fire is under investigation. Well, it's dry and windy. That pretty much could be it, Bob.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was throughout the afternoon. We expect it to stay with us throughout the evening and then return again with those gustiness again tomorrow. This is what the firefighters had to deal with. This is noontime. Here we are in Custer. Sustained winds right there, 25 miles an hour. This number below the name of Custer, that is the wind gust. So they had 25 mile an hour sustained winds plus gusts up to 47 miles per hour. And the winds generally out of the west, and the fire was about 3 miles southeast of Custer. And then throughout the afternoon, the wind shifted to the north, so the firefighters had to deal with some wind shifts throughout the afternoon trying to battle this fire. This is currently at 10 p.m. They have, the winds have died down a little bit, so let's hope that they've got the fire under control. Sustained winds 12, just a gust up to 17 miles per hour. We had some strong winds all over the place, as you can see here. Out at the airport, Rapid City Airport, 59 mile per hour maximum wind gusts. West of Box Elder, 53 mile per hour maximum wind gusts. 52 mile per hour Ellsworth, 51. Well, west-northwest of New Underwood, and a 51 mile per hour wind gust just southwest of Wasta. We have some winter weather to talk about. We'll have that for you during weather. Eric?
Okay, Bob, thank you. A gas leak forcing businesses to evacuate in the area of the Bacon Park Shopping Center in Rapid City. A construction crew hit a gas line located behind the Boyd store off West Main. Natural gas spewed into the air. Montana Dakota called in to shut off the gas line. As a precaution, the businesses were evacuated.
Anytime we have a release of natural gas, we worry about it pooling up somewhere or into a building and finding an ignition source and starting a fire or creating explosions. We have the area secured, the building evacuated. Crews are on scene on the backside, have a hose line stretched out just as a precaution, but we're just making sure everybody's safe and secure and out of the building.
MDU got the gas shut off about 2 hours later, allowing the workers to go back into their businesses. When Rapid City announced in October it would again shut off utilities for non-payment in January, people apparently listened. The city suspended shutoffs last March as COVID-19 began to make its way into the Black Hills. Then in October, when the city announced the end of the suspensions for January, 2,900 customers had outstanding accounts with a collective balance of $600,000. Now that utility shutoffs are again fair game, it appears people are starting to make good on their accounts.
We've gone through our first month and looking at the numbers, it looks like we're getting back on track to similar levels to prior to the pandemic. So it's been a great opportunity. I think the city went above and beyond for the 9 months, or a little over 9 months, that we allowed people to take care of themselves, take care of their families, and not have to worry about the utility service, at least water, sewer, and garbage in Rapid City.
Things still tough. There were 502 utility shutoffs in January. That's up from 321 in January of last year. City encouraging anyone needing assistance due to the pandemic to call 211. Financially or otherwise, COVID-19 has affected everyone to some degree, and that includes nonprofits. NewsCenter 1's Colton Hall shows us to what extent they're feeling the pandemic pinch.
The pandemic affected many nonprofit organizations around the Black Hills, and for that matter, around the state. Of course, officials of the United Way of the Black Hills knew the impact, but the question was, by how much?
We needed some of the hard numbers. We know anecdotally the stories we're hearing, but is that backed up by the actual data?
In a survey, 87% of nonprofits say that they were negatively impacted by the pandemic, while 64% said that their donations decreased. 55% even reported a drop in fundraising opportunities, a problem that only got worse when the number of usable volunteers fell 36%.
These nonprofits suddenly lost their the help they need to deliver their mission, and had to, and sometimes had to then hire additional staff. Well, when, operation funding is down and you're not able to fundraise, you can't pay for that additional staff. And so it really hampered their ability to meet their mission.
In the survey, earned revenue from fee-based programs and product sales, which is the largest source of revenue for nonprofits, reported a decline. However, Tennis says that the United Way surpassed its fundraising goal by about $100,000. Now, those funds will be made available as additional grants for nonprofits who could see long-term effects of up to 2 years. But the survey proved that it will be integral in decision-making in regards to funds.
It's really important for me and for our team to have this data to help guide our decisions. But one of the really important parts of this work is this was a collaborative effort. So a lot of the funders, all of the funders actually here in the Black Hills, are also using the same data to help drive their decisions on funding.
A survey that shows the impacts of the pandemic so nonprofits can help alleviate them. In Rapid City, Colton Hall, NewsCenter 1.
3 deaths from COVID-19 in South Dakota today, while hospitalizations and new cases are on the rise. 209 total new cases reported today, 141 confirmed, 68 probable. 48 cases West River, including 29 in Pennington County, 5 in Meade, 4 in Lawrence. The one-day rate for positive tests down a little to 8.3%. Active cases down 48 from yesterday to 2,552. An additional 253 people have recovered, outpacing the new cases. 133 people are currently hospitalized, 2 more than Tuesday. The 3 deaths today pushing the total to 1,782. Well, this would be getting a swab up your nose. Dogs in Germany have been trained to detect COVID-19 from human saliva with a 94% success rate. A Belgian Shepherd and a Cocker Spaniel showed how they found the coronavirus at a University of Veterinary Medicine. Both dogs can detect COVID-19 from people who are either symptomatic or asymptomatic. Also from people who have infections and those without infections. A vet says the dogs can detect the odor of cells that have changed after being affected by the virus. Authorities have ordered more tests before dogs are used in public areas. The pandemic has led to the cancellation of this year's livestock show and rodeo in Houston. Last year's event also canceled when the pandemic was just getting underway. The plug now pulled on competitions, concerts, a carnival, and other attractions and activities. The entire event usually brings in over $200 million. Well, cancellations like the one in Houston has proven to be a benefit to the Black Hills Stock Show and Rodeo. Some of the features just for ladies. For example, Girls in Spurs. The evening features good eats and beverages, networking, a runway show, special event vendors, and prize drawing. It is the 8th year for Girls in Spurs, which is produced by Sutton Rodeo of Oneida. The sport of rodeo is progressing with more opportunities for females, with more women competitors.
So I think it was just a good way to just tie everything together for the women, because obviously men looking at trailers, tractors, cattle. Let's do something for our girls.
And Thursday night, tomorrow night, will feature the PRCA Rodeo and Freestyle Bullfight Tough Enough to Wear Pink events. Earlier in the day was the return of Broncs for Breakfast. Breakfast at 8 with bronc riding starting at 10. 51 riders were interested in competing, but only 32 were chosen by way of a raffle. For many, this was their first time bronc riding this year.
A lot of us guys, we kind of go through and we have rodeos throughout the year, but with the COVID and everything else, everybody's pretty rusty, and just kind of doing your regular ranch work will get you ready for it, A lot of our events have been canceled. We're just grateful South Dakota's still on the right track, and we get to still come out and play. So.
Following the initial ride, the top 8 advanced to the short go, competing for a purse of $6,000. We have much more ahead for you tonight. Murder at an assisted living center in the Rockies, why police say a resident did it. And Republicans on Capitol Hill getting ready to decide whether to strip committee assignments from one of their own.
service, duty, and sacrifice. It's no small feat to answer our nation's highest call. Join us in showing appreciation to those who serve. From a helping hand to something as simple as a thank you. Do your part and honor their service.
A deadly shooting at an assisted living center in Colorado. An employee is dead and 95-year-old resident has been charged. It happened in Boulder County, the community of Lafayette. The suspect, Okie Payne, has lived at the facility since October of 2019. Tonight he is charged with first-degree murder and felony menacing. Police believe that the worker owed Payne money, and when he arrived at work and walked into the lobby, Payne confronted him, pulled out a gun, and shot him. Prosecutors want accused teenage killer Kyle Rittenhouse back in jail after moving without telling the court. They are urging the county court in Kenosha, Wisconsin to issue an arrest warrant and increase his bond by $200,000 after alleging the 18-year-old violated his bond agreement. Back in November, supporters paid $2 million bail for Rittenhouse. He is charged with homicide for shooting and killing 2 people and injuring a third during protests in Kenosha last summer. The prosecutors say Rittenhouse has already shown a carefree attitude after flashing the OK symbol used by white supremacists with members of the far-right Proud Boys group. Wyoming Congresswoman Liz Cheney is going to be able to keep her leadership role after voting to impeach President Trump, former President Trump, last month. Republican lawmakers voted 145 to 61 in favor of keeping Cheney as chair of the House Republican Conference. Cheney did not apologize for her vote to impeach. The Rules Committee of the U.S. House is considering a resolution that would strip Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene of her committee assignments. The freshman Congresswoman has come under fire for, among other things, her embrace of QAnon, espousing debunked conspiracy theories, saying wildfires were started by Jewish space lasers, and support on social media for violence against elected Democrats. The meeting comes ahead of a House floor vote on the resolution that could occur tomorrow. Greene facing opposition from fellow Republicans.
I want to be very clear at the outset that I find Congresswoman Greene's comments deeply offensive, using vile anti-Semitic slurs, degrading those with special needs, endorsing violence against political leaders, and further victimizing those who have suffered unimaginable trauma is absolutely repugnant and is unbecoming of any member of Congress.
In the meantime, a billboard in Greene's district in northern Georgia is calling for her to resign from Congress. It reads, quote, "You lied about the election. The Capitol was attacked. Representative Greene, resign." One county Republican chair in the district Greene that she represents calls Greene, quote, "an embarrassment to the state of Georgia." Bob is back with the 7-day forecast and the latest on wind and cold temperatures when NewsCenter 1 continues.
Click Big Deals, the ultimate local half-off deal site. Click Big Deals is your destination for deals on the products and services you use every day. Thousands of subscribers already know that Click Big Deals is the place to click and save big in the Black Hills. Attractions, restaurants, hotels, salons, oil changes, and more, at least half off. For great deals, go to clickbigdeals.com and save today.
Weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Riggio.
Well, winter's just right around the corner. We do have a winter storm watch. This is in effect Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, particularly over here in the Sheridan area, the Sheridan County. 5 to 10 inches of snow over that 3-day period is possible. And we could certainly use the snow, even those folks in northeastern Wyoming. 24 outside right now out at the airport. What else we got? The winds are out of the northwest, 24, gust 33. Still breezy, still gusty. And that's going to stay with us throughout the evening tonight and return again tomorrow. So the winds are not going away. Maximum wind gusts out at the airport, I think I've already reported that, 56 miles per hour. 59 the high temperature, 24 the low temperature. Should be 38 for the high. We're we're well above that, as you can see that. It should be 13 for the low, and again, well above that. Well below, not well below moisture, but if you carry over from last year, we're well below moisture here in the northern plains. So we could use the moisture. We don't see much on the radar here. We got a little bit of light snow now moving over central South Dakota, a little bit heavier over southeastern South Dakota. And we just expect just some areas of light snow throughout the evening tonight. As far as accumulation is concerned, most areas less than an inch, Here's a more expanded view. There's the front right there. It has moved through. It's over, I would say, East River at the present time through central Nebraska. That's allowing the colder air to move into the Black Hills region, and colder temperatures tomorrow. We saw the high temperature today around 59. That occurred around 10, 11 o'clock this morning, and then those temperatures were dropping throughout the afternoon with those strong winds. We won't see anything near the 50s tomorrow, high temperatures tomorrow in the 30s. And then as we head off into Friday, again, high pressure in control. Another storm system coming in late Friday, Saturday. That's going to bring another round, possibly even a little more significant snow. Not much, but a little bit more than what we expect over the next couple of days. Here's the timeline. We got, this is 4 p.m. Tomorrow. We got, again, you can see what I'm talking about, a little bit of light snow here and there around the Black Hills, and there it is, and there it goes, and here it comes, and there it goes. So that's what we expect. Just some few areas of very light snow off and on for the next 24 to 48 hours. And then generally partly cloudy skies tomorrow. Maximum wind gusts, 40 up there in Spearfish. It was windy, 47 maximum gusts down in Custer, 46 over there in Hot Springs. And those winds, as I said, will continue. You can see sustained winds now around 30 miles per hour. And with the gusts 40 to 45 miles per hour tomorrow. What about Friday? Well, again, you can see these winds a little bit lighter, but still sustained winds in the middle teens. We can see wind gusts on Friday, 20 to 25, possibly even 30 miles an hour. So for the next couple of days, again, a little bit gustiness. High temperatures, here we go. What do we got? 34 in here and 32 in Aberdeen. The warmest area right here is south central South Dakota in the Black Hills. High temperatures today in the 50s. And again, that occurred early in the morning and then cooled off during the afternoon. High temperatures tomorrow, definitely much cooler than what we had today. All right, here's the forecast for tomorrow. 32 Spearfish, 33 Newcastle, 27 Custer, 35 over there in Martin, 39 Interior Wall, 37, 38 Hot Springs, 32 in Hill City. So cooler temperatures on the way, and they'll continue to cool down as we work into the weekend. 22 tonight, northwesterly winds gust 35. Widely scattered light snow here and there. The gusty winds will continue. 35 tomorrow. Few areas of light snow. Look at those winds, though, out of the northwest. Gusts 40 miles per hour. And then tomorrow night, 24 for the overnight low temperature. Winds still gusty out of the northwest. Gusts 30. Widely scattered again. Light snow. 7-day forecast will continue with these cool temperatures on Friday, 34. Look for the snow again Friday and areas of snow Saturday into early Sunday. High temperature on Saturday, 13, 11 on Sunday. So a rather chilly weekend in store for us. ClickBigDeals.com, Maple Street Barbecue in the Rushmore Mall. Is that one still available? Yes, still available. It's a $20 voucher for only $10. And you could, $20 worth of barbecue. Yeah. That's a pretty good sized place.
Pretty new place, so everybody should give it a try.
Yeah.
All righty. Ford has a better idea for the F-150 and why this could be a right time to refinance when we come back.
The Lord is my shepherd, there is nothing I shall want. Join the Diocese of Rapid City for our weekly broadcast of Sunday Mass on NBC, Saturdays at 4:30 p.m. and Sundays at 7 a.m. And on my TV, Saturdays at 4:30 p.m. and Sundays at 10:30 a.m. You may also watch online at nc1.tv/mass. Here, home is faith.
This portion of our broadcast is brought to you by Blake's Trailer Sales and Repair in Rapid City.
Ford today unveiling an all-new F-150 Raptor. Ford says it is the most off-road capable, connected, and best-performing F-150 Raptor ever. It will get standard over-the-air system updates with potential features such as shareable digital trail maps or other off-road technologies in the future. This 2021 F-150 Raptor will be assembled in Dearborn, Michigan. It will be available in showrooms late this summer.
I'm Rahel Solomon, and this is your CNBC News Now. Stocks finishing the day mixed. Dow adding 36 points, the S&P up 3, and the Nasdaq down 2. Private companies adding 174,000 jobs in January, according to ADP, more than triple the number of jobs that economists were expecting. The biggest jobs gains came from healthcare and social assistance, leisure and hospitality sector, which is still well below pre-pandemic levels, adding 35,000 jobs for the month. Mortgage refinancing surging suddenly last week as mortgage rates fell for the first time in nearly a month. The Mortgage Bankers Association's refinance index hitting its highest level since March. But mortgage applications to purchase a home were essentially flat for the week. And McDonald's entering the final stage of testing a loyalty program here in the U.S. The program is slated to launch nationwide later this year. Customers will rack up points for every dollar they spend, and the company's workers can earn points for completing training related to the program. And that is your news now.
Heightened security in Tampa just days before Super Bowl kickoff, and the role that Ellsworth Air Force Base is going to be playing in the pregame ceremonies on Sunday, when NewsCenter 1 comes right back.
What would you do with $500? If you are a Rapid City area school teacher, we want to know. NewsCenter 1 and First Interstate Bank have teamed up for 1+1, a program where every other week we give away $500 to a deserving teacher with special projects or needs that would otherwise have to be paid for by the teacher. From extra books to robotics, 1+1 is putting educational tools into the hands of teachers. To find out more or to apply or recommend a teacher, go to newscenter1.tv and click on 1+1.
Security at the Super Bowl, always a concern. The FBI saying there are no specific threats connected to Sunday's game, but security remains high in Tampa. Law officers from 70 different agencies are not only making sure the game and related activities are secure, but also safe from a public health perspective. Raymond James Stadium will only be filled to 1/3 capacity on Sunday. Fans are not allowed to tailgate, and masks will be required at the game. Piece of South Dakota is going to be making a special appearance over Raymond James Stadium. A B-1 bomber from Ellsworth will be making the trek on Sunday, joining up with 2 other bombers in the Air Force fleet. Now, for the seconds it takes to fly over the stadium, it takes months of planning. NewsCenter 1's Megan Murat picking it up from here.
3 of the Air Force's bombers, the B-1, B-2, and B-52, will be screaming overhead Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay this Sunday, coming together for a first-of-its-kind performance in Super Bowl 55. The flyover, just seconds. The day itself, long, and the planning takes months. A B-1 crew from the 37th Bomb Squadron at Ellsworth Air Force Base has been working with the other platforms to prep since December.
Phone calls, lots of texts and emails going back and forth with the planners from the Air Force.
We have to coordinate with the FAA weeks in advance to make sure we're allowed to fly over the airspace, because it's a busy traffic area with an international airport nearby.
For the B-1, it takes at least 3 hours to get there. Then they meet up in the Whiskey area with the other bombers.
It's a restricted airspace off the coast of Tampa, and then we'll meet up with the other bombers. We'll get information, and then we'll make sure we have our timing set to fly over the Super Bowl stadium in time for the national anthem.
Hitting the time over target during the right moment, in this case, flying over the stadium during the right part of the national anthem, is all part of the training.
We always talk about working target backwards, so we have our time that we need to be there, and then we just kind of work back how fast are we going to go, and then we have mission planning software, and then it just kind of comes down to basic math of how fast you're going to go, how far you got to go, and then just hitting your timing from there.
Showcasing the work of everyone on the ground and in the air as they fly over the top of the stadium in precise formation at a precise time.
I'm super excited and fortunate to be able to be part of the crew that's actually flying over the Super Bowl.
It's an incredible honor, all the way from the flyers, the whole base, all the way up.
At Ellsworth Air Force Base, Megan Murat, NewsCenter 1.
A supersonic heavy bomber from Ellsworth making an appearance at an air show in southern India today. The B-1B Lancer is with the 28th Bomb Wing. This is its first ever flyby at an international air show. It's also the first global air show to be held since the start of the pandemic. All participants and visitors to the event had to carry their COVID-19 test report. The 3-day show in India ends on Friday. And we'll have more News Center 1 in just a moment.
All right, winter has arrived, at least for the next 7 days. There you have it. Cooler temperatures tomorrow, 35, 34 on Friday. Look for some periods of very light snow, widely scattered variety. Much colder temperatures Saturday, Sunday, and that'll carry into next week as well. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, those high temperatures in the teens. I'm going to focus in on Saturday, for example. Look for that high temperature, as I said, 13 degrees. But throughout the day, no warming at all. As you can see, 8 a.m., 6 the expected temperature, 12 at 11 a.m., 13 at 2 p.m., 12 at 5 p.m. And that will carry over into Sunday as well. High temperature on Sunday again in the lower teens. A little better chance for a little more widespread snow, I think, late Friday into Saturday.
But a balmy 19 next Wednesday.
Oh yeah, we warm it up tonight.
Hope you have a peaceful night. It's been a pleasure.